Kevin, thank you very much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. So let's talk a little bit about, it's summer. Well, it's like 100 degrees out there. So yeah, it's summer. How busy are you guys right now?
Work is good right now. Our man hours through 8 months of this year are up about 23% from where we were this time last year.
Okay.
And last year was a good year, so there's a decent amount of work in the area.
Yeah. So everybody's staying busy.
Everybody's staying pretty busy.
What's keeping you guys busy?
Well, obviously, there's still a lot of work out at Altium Cells in Lordstown.
Sure.
That's been a huge project. You know, obviously people that drive by, they see the size, the mass of that facility, and there's so much then that goes on inside. So there's been a lot of man hours there.
Okay. And I know there was some concern that maybe there wouldn't be a lot of local contractors working at the site, but that's not been the case?
Not the case at all.
Awesome.
They have been really good with utilizing local contractors and certainly a local workforce.
Right.
But yeah, there's been several local contractors that have had a significant amount of work out there, which is great.
Sure.
You know, obviously the main contractors are much larger contractors, but then they've subcontracted work to local contractors. So we've been able to utilize local workforce and local contractors, which is great for the Valley.
So what are some of the big projects besides Altium that are keeping you guys busy?
Well, obviously we don't have anything of that size and magnitude,
right,
so
yeah.
we're on the smaller projects. But some of the projects that kind of jump out off the top of my head, we have work at Akron Children's, which has been a great owner. They utilize local contractors, local workforce. They've been great. They have a nice project going.
Is that out at their main campus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's some work that I think is getting ready to start out at Warren. They have that rec center.
Okay. Yeah.
That they're going to be starting. I think that project is just getting ready to start, which will be a nice project for the community. Nice project for our contractors. That's a local contractor that has that project as well. I think Camel has that rec center that they built a year or two ago. They're putting an addition on that.
Okay.
So they've been very successful with that facility, and they're expanding there. We just had the ribbon cutting at the Stanball Auditorium on the STEPS project, which was a fantastic project. Again, local contractors, local workforce. It's great when we have projects in the Valley that then utilize the local workforce, local contractors, because then those dollars stay in the community. Those contractors and members spend those dollars elsewhere in the community, and it's just a win-win for everybody.
So that sounds a little bit like it's pretty spread out across sectors, like it's not all focused in healthcare or over here. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah. So those are some of the larger projects, and they are kind of spread out. At some points in times we'll have where there's just a rash of a certain type of projects. At one point we had in the past we had a bunch of box stores that were being built, and they seemed to be built one after the other. And then there was a lot of schoolwork. And you had school after school after school that was doing renovations, additions, new schools. We've kind of completed that. Now there are still some stuff that's on the books that, pending levies or what have you, that there may be some additional schoolwork. But right now it's kind of diverse, which is a good thing. Talking to some of our members, there's still some work that's bidding out there on some smaller projects.
Okay.
We certainly on healthcare have a large project that's being discussed that I think is moving forward, and that's the Humility of Mary, the St. Joe's Hospital.
I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah, the one out in Champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So my understanding is that's moving forward.
My understanding too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's happening. Yeah.
So that's that's a great project. It'll be a great project for the Valley.
Yeah. It's like 124 beds or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I was going to ask you, so is the bidding are you guys ramping up to start working on that?
Yeah, so my understanding is they have a joint venture selected for the construction manager,
Sure.
which is Shook. out of the Dayton area, and they have a Cleveland office, and then Turner out of Cleveland, Cleveland office. My understanding is they're the construction manager. They joint ventured, and they're the construction manager. So they're out-of-town construction managers, but good companies, good contractors, and I'm sure that they're going to utilize local contractors for subs on those projects. Shook actually did the addition to the St. E's hospital in Boardman. You know, when they put that additional tower on? Shook did that, and there was a lot of local contractors that worked on that project, so a very good contractor as well. So I anticipate a lot of local contractors, a lot of local workforce on that project as well.
Any sign of what you guys, any sign of slowing down yet? Because from what I understand, everyone's really busy.
Yes.
You know, is this going to continue for a while?
Well, certainly with, you know, the economy right now, you know, I'm sure there's some owners that are a little nervous about pulling the trigger to move forward. So that may be putting a hold on some projects, but hopefully not. Hopefully we continue to move forward. We're certainly going to, in my opinion, we're probably going to see a drop in the man hours, but that's just because you have a multi-billion-dollar project that's winding down.
Right.
You know, you're not going to replace that with, you know, anything right away. You know,
if anyone's out there and they want to bring another multi-million-dollar plant to the area,
we'll build it.
We'll
build it. We have, you know, and that's the one thing. When people come in from outside the area, we have a great work ethic in this area. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that questions the work ethic that we have, and that's shown with our workforce. Our skilled tradespeople, they go out, they do their job. They perform well, they're trained, they're highly trained, and they deliver an excellent product.
Are there any other challenges that you guys are facing as a result of the economy? Is it hard to get product, equipment?
Yeah, I certainly hear from our members and, you know, all the different types of contractors, whether it's a general contractor or a specialty contractor that, you know, that might be a roofing contractor, a sheet metal contractor, or what have you. They're experiencing supply issues, trying to get equipment and material. It's certainly an issue. These contractors, they're professionals, so they're working through that, and, you know, adjusting their normal practices, and maybe they're having to put orders in earlier, and, you know, but they're working with their owners, and, you know, being very transparent in that process, and, you know, most of the owners, from what I'm hearing, are understanding of the issues. You know,
we're all facing them.
You know, if you can't, if something, a piece of equipment, you can't get it, you know, you can't get it, and there's a delay. So some of the lead times, from what I hear, some of the lead times on certain products and materials is it's quite a bit longer than what it's been in the past, but that just requires, you know, some more planning, and you know, they're professionals, and that's what they do day in and day out, and they have great qualified staff that, you know, are working through those issues with the owners and still making it happen.
What about labor? You guys need workers? Seems like that's what everyone else is talking about also.
Yeah, we absolutely, virtually all the trades, just in general, could use more workers.
Sure.
You know? And that's something that, you know, you guys have covered, you know, that we did prior to COVID, then we were off for the COVID year, and then we did it again, is our Mahoning Valley Skilled Trades Expo.
Right.
So we're planning that again this year for September 21st and 22nd. It's going to be at the Canfield Fairgrounds again. We have an excellent working relationship with all the local schools. They've supported the event. To my knowledge, it's the largest expo of its kind in the state. I mean, I know there's some other areas that do events very similar to what we're doing. In fact, I mean, we didn't create the wheel; we kind of copied it.
Right.
But we have great partnerships with the local school districts, the ESCs that have supported it, work with us on putting it on. And, I think the first year we had like 4,200 kids that went through there. Last year we had around 4,500. And then we also have an open to the public.
Right.
So on the 21st, it'll be during the school time. The students will be there. Then after they leave, then we'll have an open to the public time frame, and then we'll be back to the students the next day as well. And we kind of try to break them up between essentially the 5 counties in our area: Mahoning, Trumbull, Columbiana, Mercer, and Lawrence.
And I know it's early, you've only done it twice, but are you starting to see some impact from those events?
Yeah, actually we are. In fact, I was at an apprenticeship committee meeting last week. We were interviewing an applicant that was just graduated from high school, and last September he went through the Expo.
Okay.
Just one example, but yeah, we are seeing some people that are making applications into the apprenticeship program that we saw at that Expo. So it's a positive. We didn't get into this situation overnight, and we're not going to fix it overnight.
Right.
But it's something that we're committed to doing, and we think it's a good opportunity to get kids out there to see more hands-on what the different trades do. Coming into a career fair where you have a tabletop and you have some brochures, that doesn't really sell the construction industry. Seeing what a sheet metal worker does, or all the different things that an iron worker does, or you talk about a carpenter. People think that they have an idea of what a carpenter does, but there's a lot of different aspects to it. So it's good to get, in our opinion, it's good to get the kids out there to see what they do. The other thing that we have that is kind of followed up from that relationship that I mentioned that we have with the ESCs is pre-apprenticeship programs.
Okay.
So I think right now there's about 10 schools in our area that have this pre-apprenticeship curriculum in their school, and about 500 kids that have been enrolled. And I think that those numbers are going to increase significantly for next school year, that there's additional schools that are going to be implementing that pre-apprenticeship curriculum. So that's another good opportunity a better opportunity than for these kids to really get to see and start to experience, the construction industry. Get an opportunity to start to use hand tools, tape measure, reading a tape measure, just some of the basics. And then if it's something that they like, they then have the avenue then to make application, and you kind of have a leg up then on getting into an apprenticeship program, because you have gone through that, you have experience, and then all the apprenticeship programs, they'll teach you what all the different trades do. That's what that program is for. They'll teach you the specifics, but this gives them some basics. So we're very optimistic with that, and happy that we were able to get that implemented in the schools, and that they've been so receptive to that.
717 Credit Union. Business services designed to meet your daily needs. Commercial loans, business deposits, merchant and payroll services. 717 Credit Union. It's knowing you were treated right every time.